So rather than giving them a new but ongoing role with the organization, you found an alternative mission for them that they could go explore, which would then enable them to actually let go. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. Here's the thing, keeping them inside is like having your mother-in-law live in the house with you for the first year of marriage. It is like somebody there's always whispering, "You aren't quite doing it the way it should be done. That's not quite right. It should be this way." And as a new CEOs and new owners taking over, they needed to build their confidence without having someone in their ear whispering, "You don't know what you're doing. I've done this for 50 years." That would never happen if they stayed in the organization. So it was, let's find them their own thing to do, and when we did that, it was amazing. Here's what we did, we found what their dream was. They sacrificed their dream to do this, and it became successful, and it was like, now the company needs it to survive. This was how I sent money back home. This is what we did, and so I've been tired of this. Their dream was actually real estate. They wanted to own properties in different places. And so they became a real estate agent in their latter years. And they did it internationally. They spoke about six, they were, I call them oligarchs. They spoke about six different languages and they went around the world. And I said, you don't really want to buy real estate. You want to travel. So they went around the world scoping out different properties and helping people buy their winter homes or their summer homes in these beautiful places that they went to visit. And that was what they began to do.
Wow. What I had a little bit of a mind blown moment there as you were talking about it because I was thinking about putting myself in that same scenario. What would I do and how would I approach, that conflict and the problem of helping the founders let go. And I was thinking of all the strategies that I would use to apply the problem of letting go and how I might persuade or influence them. And this idea of giving them something else to go focus on had never occurred to me. And it's brilliant. First of all, it's brilliant in its simplicity. I just want to say that. But then you said something else that just took me over the top, which was we went back and started asking them, what were their dreams before they decided to create the business that we were trying to get them to let go of. And again, it's like, it's just so smart and should be instinctive. And for some reason that did not occur to me. I'm really impressed with all of that. And the reason I'm impressed with it is because not only did you achieve your primary mission, which was get them out of the business so that the new owners could go, succeed or fail. But it's in their role, getting the founders to let go. But they went then and reconnected with their dreams, and they're probably living their best life right now. I'm so impressed with all of this, Deidre.
What was so funny to me, I knew we were successful when one day the kids that were the adults, they weren't kids, the people that the company was passed down to called and said, I can't get granddad on the phone. Like, I need his help. I need to know about something. And I was like, well, he's out. And he finally called, like, why have you called me like six times? He's like, I needed you for something. He's like, you figure it out. You didn't just, isn't that what you said you wanted? And he was in some foreign country, hadn't told anybody where he and his wife were going. They were going on some random trip that they did at the last minute. And they were like, we're detached. We're done. Don't call us.
It's like the best measure of success. I can't get a hold of Granddad to give me the advice or the perspective or the answer. That's phenomenal. What a great story. I just want to reflect on this for another second. The I'm sort of breaking it down from a consulting standpoint and from an entrepreneurial standpoint. All of the instincts that you brought to that, but also the discipline that you brought to it and the vision that you brought to solving that problem. I'm impressed with all of it. Really, really well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
What I think is because of my background in conflict management, I am always comfortable figuring out what is the real source of our problem. And I often think we don't get to the source of the problem. The source of the problem is not I'm stuck in the business. The source of the problem is I have nothing else to do.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
right.
see and that's why so many founders have a hard time exiting. It hits them in the face all of a sudden like, "Wait a minute. If I relinquish this, who am I?" Especially as we reach our older ages, do I still have usefulness in the world? Why am I still even alive? What does life look like? Especially if you've been a founder of a successful venture, the idea these aren't the people that sit on their couches, eat bonbons, and watch soap operas all day.